From Daily Forex, this is Chris taking a look at the Bitcoin market. You can see Bitcoin did in fact hit the $6,000 level during the day. And that's a big deal because when I zoom out, you can see just how important that level had been for so long. I expect a pullback from here. I don't think it's trouble for Bitcoin. Don't get me wrong. And you guys know I'm not even a believer in Bitcoin, but what I do believe in is what I see. And technical analysis has served me very well over my career. And when I see this chart, what I see is major resistance above, but I also see a very resilient market underneath. What we're probably going to see are several pullbacks and then finally a breakout. It's a bit of a beach ball underwater analogy. So if you're ever at the ocean and you have a beach ball and you hold it underwater, what happens is you have to put a lot of downward pressure on it. Eventually, it starts to get towards the surface, and then it takes off to the upside. It takes off rather rapidly. I think we may see that once we get the breakout. That being said, keep in mind how many people are way underwater from these levels. Each one of these peaks, I think, are going to be very difficult to get above. While I would never say that we can't do it, I think what we're going to see is several attempts to finally break out, which means several pullbacks, with $5,000 being a floor. Above, we'll have retail traders wanting to get out of the marketplace because, quite frankly, imagine being in a situation where you bought Bitcoin at 12,000 back here, as an example. And there are people that are in it from 17, 16,000 who have just taken an absolute bloodbath. If it gets back to 12,000 and you had to wait 2 years to get back to break even, you're probably going to get out of the market. That's basic human psychology. You escaped a major loss. You got lucky. You're happy to be whole. And so that will bring selling. That's the whole nature of resistance after something like this. So be aware of the fact that although I do think we go higher, and I do think the initial push will be pretty strong, I think it's going to take several attempts. And then once we get past that, it's going to be a grind higher. It's going to behave more like an actual financial market and less like whatever that was in 2017.